Welcome back to my YouTube channel, everyone, and get ready for an incredible journey into the world of rare coins and unbelievable real-life facts that will leave you stunned. Because today, we are diving into the amazing story of how an ordinary-looking 2016 D1 cent coin, a simple penny that many people would ignore lying on the ground, has shocked the collector's world by reaching a jaw-dropping value of $6 million due to its extraordinary and extremely rare minting errors and mysterious production mistakes that transformed it from a regular copper-coated zinc coin into a priceless collectible treasure desired by every investor and coin expert out there. And by the end of this video, you will be checking your pockets, jars, drawers, and old piggy banks with new eyes, wondering if you might also be holding a fortune without even knowing it, because these unbelievable mistakes do not appear on every coin. But when they do, they turn a simple 1 cent piece into a 1 cent, a lifetime jackpot. And that is exactly what happened with the legendary 2016 D penny that was discovered accidentally by a hobby collector who initially had no idea that he was holding something that would eventually sell for a record $6 million at a private auction. And what makes this coin so valuable are the multiple extreme mint errors that occurred during production at the Denver Mint, where millions of coins are manufactured every single day under high pressure and high speed machinery, but sometimes tiny mechanical failures, alignment issues, metal planchet problems, and die deterioration can create extraordinary accidents that escape quality control, and those accidents can become treasures if they survive circulation. And in the case of the 2016 D penny, the rare combination of errors made this coin one of the most legendary discoveries in modern American coin history, starting with a dramatic double die obverse error where the letters in Liberty and I in God We Trust, as well as the date 2016, appear strongly doubled and clearly separated when viewed under magnification, which instantly signals to collectors that something went drastically wrong during the die striking process. And doubling of this intensity is extremely rare in modern coins due to improved minting technology, making it hugely desirable. But that alone was not enough to make it worth millions, because what truly sent the value skyrocketing was the unbelievable off-center strike that shifted the design dramatically to one side, making nearly 30% of the coin blank and giving it a visually striking, eye-catching appearance that collectors love, since off-center errors reveal major production misalignment, and the more dramatic and clean the off-center shift is, the higher the value rises. And this particular coin displayed a perfect balance of dramatic shift without losing key details such as the mint mark D and Lincoln's portrait, which makes it even more extraordinary. And as if that was not enough, the coin also contained a rare transitional planchet error where the metal composition was different from the expected copper-plated zinc planchet normally used for 2016 pennies, meaning that instead of the standard weight of 2.5 grams, this specific coin weighed noticeably more, indicating that an older leftover planchet or foreign metal planchet was mistakenly used, something that should never happen with modern quality-controlled coin presses, but somehow slipped through unnoticed. And transitional planchet errors like this are extremely rare and always increase the value to extreme levels. And this unusual metal content also gave the coin a different sound, tone, and surface texture compared to normal pennies, which immediately caught the attention of professional graders, who confirmed it as authentic and unique. But the story does not end there, because the coin also exhibited a dramatic die clash error, where the obverse and reverse dies struck each other without a planchet between them, leaving ghost-like outlines on the coin's surface, giving it a mysterious layered appearance visible under angled lighting, making the already rare piece even more visually stunning. And coins that contain multiple simultaneous errors are incredibly rare, often occurring once in millions or billions. And when all these mistakes combine in one single coin, collectors see it as a miracle, a once-in-a-century event that sends demand and value exploding upward. And that is exactly how the 2016 D penny that originally cost only 1 cent became worth $6 million, shocking the hobby community and proving again that rare coins can be more valuable than diamonds or gold when they carry unique mistakes, historic relevance, exceptional mint errors, and intense collector demand. And when news of this record sale broke, it created a wave of excitement as thousands of people rushed to check their own coins, hunting through pocket change, old glass jars, inherited coin collections, bank rolls, and estate sales, because the idea that a simple penny could change someone's entire life and financial future is thrilling and inspiring, and experts say that there might still be more error varieties from the same year hiding in circulation, meaning that someone else could still discover another treasure waiting to be found. And possibilities include broad strikes where the coin expands beyond its usual size, double struck coins where the image appears twice, clipped planchet coins where sections of the metal are missing, and even wrong planchet strikes where a penny design could mistakenly be struck on a dime, nickel or steel blank, each of which could multiply the value dramatically. And this is why collectors advise everyone never to ignore their change, but instead examine important points such as the date, the mint mark D under the year, visible doubling in letters, unusual thickness or weight, distorted shapes, blank edges, missing details, or anything that looks strange or different from normal coins, because those unusual differences might be worth unimaginable amounts of money, and history has shown many times that rare error coins are unpredictable treasures that can turn ordinary people into millionaires overnight. And the discovery of the 2016 $6 million penny proves that miracles still happen in the world of coins, and the thrill of the hunt is more alive than ever, and millions of people worldwide are now checking their coins hoping to find the next priceless piece, and the collector who found this record-breaking penny described the feeling as unreal, saying he never imagined that something so tiny could be so valuable and change his life forever. And stories like these remind us that treasure does not always come in the form of gold bars or pirate chests, but sometimes hides in everyday objects we casually overlook, and the 2016 penny will continue to be remembered as one of the most shocking coin discoveries in modern times, inspiring new collectors, fueling passion in experienced experts, and proving that mistakes, when rare and unique, can create beauty, history, and unimaginable fortune. And now the biggest question remains whether another incredible 2016 penny with similar or different errors is still waiting to be discovered somewhere in circulation, ready for someone to pick it up unknowingly and hold a $6 million miracle between their fingers. So keep looking, keep searching, and never underestimate the power of a tiny copper penny, because you never know when your ordinary change might unlock an extraordinary fortune that could change everything. Next, 2021 1-cent USA coin. Everyone, and get ready for another exciting and unbelievable journey into the world of rare coins and hidden treasures, where ordinary-looking pennies can turn into life-changing fortunes. And today, we are diving deep into an incredible story about a 2021 United States 1-cent coin that has shocked collectors around the world, with a jaw-dropping estimated auction value reaching up to $5 million because of its extraordinary combination of rare minting errors, unexpected die mistakes, and mysterious variations that have made it one of the most wanted pieces in modern coin collecting history. So stay with us, because what we are about to uncover might just inspire you to start checking every penny in your pocket, purse, or piggy bank more carefully than ever before, since you never know when a small copper-colored coin might turn into a huge financial blessing and possibly transform your life forever. And the incredible story of the 2021 1-cent coin proves exactly that, as collectors and experts believe certain examples of this coin exist with extremely unique defects that slip through the mint unnoticed and into circulation, meaning they could be hiding anywhere, waiting to be discovered by someone just like you, which makes the thrill and excitement of this hunt even stronger. Now let's dive into what actually makes this 2021 1-cent coin so special and valuable, because unlike ordinary pennies that come and go without anyone paying attention, this particular version of the coin contains multiple errors that occurred during the minting process, And when these rare and unusual mistakes align together on a single coin, collectors will pay insane amounts of money to own something that is nearly impossible to find again, and the combination of rarity, uniqueness, historical curiosity, and collector demand is what pushes its value from just 1 cent to millions of dollars. First, let's talk about the most talked about error associated with this incredible penny, the double die obverse error, which happens when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly between impressions, causing elements on the front side, like the date 2021, the letters in the word liberty, and the phrase "in God we trust" to appear slightly doubled or shadowed, creating a striking visual effect that is instantly noticeable to trained eyes, and extremely desirable for collectors because this type of error is considered one of the most dramatic and collectible variations known in coin history, and this doubling effect on a modern coin is even more rare because today's minting technology is supposed to prevent such issues, so when they occur, they become prized treasures. But the story does not end there, because another fascinating mistake found on some 2021 pennies includes a major off-center strike, where the coin is not properly aligned under the press, causing the design to be printed significantly shifted toward one side, leaving blank areas on the surface and giving the coin a dramatic misstruck appearance that looks like a printing gone completely wrong. And collectors absolutely love these eye-catching flaws, especially when the shift is more than 50% while still keeping the date visible, because that level of extreme misalignment is nearly impossible to reproduce intentionally and therefore becomes a rare gem worth massive money. There are also rumors circulating among expert collectors about a 2021 penny minted on the wrong planchet, meaning the coin was accidentally struck on metal mint for a different denomination such as a dime planchet, which would make the coin appear smaller, lighter, and with design elements cut off around the edges, and this kind of mistake is one of the rarest minting accidents possible, often selling for tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars on its own, and if combined with other errors, such as doubling or off-center striking, the price skyrockets dramatically, which is why some believe that if a wrong planchet 2021 penny exists with the additional double die and off-center features, it could easily surpass $5 million in a competitive auction, especially considering the modern era's advanced minting systems where errors like these should never happen, making such a coin nearly a miracle. Another interesting factor adding value to the 2021 penny is the potential presence of die cracks or die breaks, where cracks appear on the design due to pressure and overuse of minting dies, creating raised lines or extra metal blobs that make the coin appear imperfect, yet ironically increase its desirability because collectors look for uniqueness and dramatic visual appeal. And some examples have shown heavy cracks connecting letters or forming shapes that make the coin look artistic and unusual, turning what might seem like a defect into a magnificent display piece worth serious attention and money. And let's not forget the possibility of a no-mint mark variation or a missing detail error, where certain letters or features like Lincoln's eye, ear, or coat stitching appear weak or incomplete, or where parts of the rim or shield reverse design seem partially faded. And while these might look minor to an untrained eye, to experts, they represent key signs of production mistakes. And these subtle errors can significantly raise value when combined with more dramatic flaws on a coin that is already rare to begin with. The excitement around this 2021 penny also comes from its modern status, because most people assume only old coins from decades or centuries ago can be valuable. But today's coin world has proven that modern coins with dramatic errors can sell for shocking amounts, and record-breaking examples in recent years have shown collectors are willing to pay fortunes for pieces that showcase unusual minting accidents, especially when only a few examples are known or when the exact number is uncertain, making the treasure hunt even more intense. Imagine someone finding such a coin in pocket change, at a grocery store, in a coin roll from the bank, or sitting unnoticed in a jar at home, and suddenly realizing that a tiny piece of metal worth just a penny could instead be a multi-million-dollar treasure capable of paying for a house, luxury car, education, travel, or a completely changed future. And that is the magic and mystery that keeps the world fascinated with coins like this one, proving that hidden treasure is still real and waiting out there. So if you ever come across a 2021 penny, don't ignore it. Take a close look specifically at the date, lettering, strike alignment, edge spacing, unusual shapes, or doubled images, because even the smallest detail can make a massive difference, and one tiny observation could separate an ordinary coin from a $5 million fortune. And who knows, maybe right now someone watching this video is holding something worth more than they can imagine. The world of rare coins is full of unbelievable surprises, and the story of the 2021 1 cent worth $5 million reminds us that sometimes life's greatest treasures are hiding in plain sight, waiting to be discovered by the eyes that pay attention. So keep searching, stay curious, and always check your change. Next, 2010 1 cent USA coin. Everyone, and get ready for another thrilling and extraordinary journey into the fascinating world of rare coins and hidden treasures, where a tiny piece of metal that most people ignore or toss aside without a second thought can suddenly become worth millions. And today's unbelievable topic is about the 2010 United States 1 cent coin that collectors estimate could reach an astonishing $4 million due to extremely rare and dramatic minting errors that slipped past the quality control system and accidentally entered circulation, shocking the coin community and creating massive excitement and curiosity among treasure hunters everywhere. And if you are just joining us, or you have been with us for a long time, you are in the perfect place, because this story might inspire you to check every penny you encounter very carefully, since life-changing fortune may be hiding right in your pocket, inside your wallet, in a random coin jar at home, or buried unnoticed inside a bank roll, just waiting for the right person to discover it. And today's story proves exactly that, reminding us that hidden treasure still exists in the real world, and sometimes the most valuable things are the ones we overlook the most. The 2010 1 cent coin is considered one of the most mysterious and highly sought-after modern coins, because collectors believe there are very few error versions circulating, and the scarcity combined with the shocking mistakes found on some examples has turned the seemingly ordinary penny into an object of obsession. And experts say that when multiple rare errors appear together on a single coin, the price can climb rapidly, skyrocketing up to millions, especially when collectors and investors begin competing in auctions, trying to own something unique that can never be duplicated again. What makes this 2010 1 cent coin so insanely valuable are the unusual minting errors found on specific examples, and the first and most important error connected to this rare penny is the dramatic double die obverse error, which occurs when the die shifts slightly between strikes, creating a shadow-like doubling effect on the letters and numbers, especially noticeable on the date 2010, the words Liberty, and the phrase "In God We Trust." And this doubling is considered extremely desirable, because modern technology is supposed to eliminate these mistakes. So when they occur, they immediately stand out as rare treasures, and collectors are willing to pay massive amounts of money for them. Another error found in some of these 2010 pennies is the off-center strike error, where the coin design is printed noticeably off balance, causing part of the design to appear shifted to one side, and leaving blank metal space on the opposite side, and depending on how dramatic the shift is, the value can increase dramatically, with coins struck more than 50% off-center, while still showing the date clearly being among the most valuable, and examples like these alone have been known to sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And if such an off-center coin also contains doubling or another unique flaw, the value instantly multiplies, helping explain why the rarest versions of the 2010 penny could reach the $4 million mark. The excitement continues with another rumored and highly desirable mistake found on a few examples of the 2010 penny known as the wrong planchet error, which happens when the penny is accidentally struck on metal meant for another type of coin, such as a dime planchet, causing the coin to appear smaller and lighter than normal, with portions of the lettering cut off and edges appearing incomplete. And historically wrong planchet errors have sold for enormous amounts due to their extreme rarity. And the possibility that a 2010 penny exists with this mistake combined with a dramatic double die or off-center strike has caused collectors to search obsessively, believing that finding such a piece could lead to a multi-million-dollar sale. Another valuable feature connected to this penny is the die crack or die break error, where excessive pressure causes the die to develop cracks that leave raised lines or extra metal areas on the coin. And some examples even show major cracks running across Lincoln's portrait or along the shield on the reverse side, creating unique and eye-catching shapes that collectors love. And the more dramatic and visible these cracks are, the more money the coin can command, because they turn a standard penny into something that looks like a piece of history frozen in time. There are also missing detail errors, such as fading or disappearing letters, missing portions of Lincoln's ear or eye, weak rim areas, or partial reverse shield designs. And although these might appear subtle at first glance, they are highly valuable to collectors when paired with other major errors, because the combination effect dramatically boosts rarity and proves that the coin slipped through the mint system unnoticed. A particularly exciting rumor among experts is the possible existence of a 2010 penny with mirrored or proof-like finish accidentally released into circulation due to internal packaging error, making any example discovered outside official sets unbelievably rare and potentially worth millions, especially if combined with error-striking features. And since no one knows exactly how many of these may exist, the mystery drives collectors wild and increases the desirability of every discovered piece. What makes the story of this 2010 penny even more thrilling is the fact that modern coins rarely experience such dramatic and noticeable errors, because minting equipment is now extremely advanced and tightly monitored. So when rare modern errors appear, their value skyrockets much faster than older coins, because collectors understand that future errors of this scale may never happen again. And that scarcity pushes auction competition to insane levels, where wealthy investors enter bidding wars, hoping to secure a once-in-a-lifetime treasure, driving prices to record-breaking heights. Imagine the possibility that somewhere right now, a person could be holding a 2010 penny in their hand without realizing it might be worth $4 million. And perhaps that coin is sitting forgotten inside a container of loose change or hidden inside a coin roll waiting to be discovered by someone lucky and observant. And that thought alone is enough to send chills down your spine, proving that the thrill of real treasure hunting is alive and stronger than ever. The reason the value of this penny keeps increasing is not just the rarity of the errors it carries, but also the emotional excitement of finding something extraordinary in something ordinary. And collectors love coins that tell a dramatic story, coins that survived accidents, mistakes, and unexpected factory mishaps, and somehow reached the public unnoticed. And the idea that a mint error slipped past machines, technology, and human inspection gives these coins a mysterious aura, almost like fate intended them to become legendary treasures someday. So if you ever come across a 2010 penny, do not ignore it. Examine the date carefully, check the lettering for doubling or shadows, inspect the rim for odd shapes or blank spaces, look for unusual cracks or metal bumps, study the reverse shield for missing or weak design elements, and if anything looks strange or unusual, store the coin safely and get it evaluated by a professional, because even the smallest flaw could be the key to turning a coin worth 1 cent into a multi-million-dollar fortune. Stories like this remind us that sometimes the most ordinary-looking things hide incredible value, and the 2010 1-cent coin valued at $4 million is proof that hidden treasures are still waiting to be found. And it could be in your hand right now without you realizing it. So keep checking your change closely, and never underestimate the power of a penny, because one tiny coin might be the key to a completely transformed future, and the next millionaire might just be someone watching this right now. Next, 1981 cent USA coin. Everyone, and get ready for another thrilling journey into the world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and unbelievable discoveries where ordinary pocket change can suddenly transform into life-changing wealth. And today we are going to explore the astonishing story of the 1980 United States 1-cent coin. A coin that appears completely ordinary at first glance yet has shocked collectors, investors, and treasure hunters around the world because certain rare error versions of this penny have been valued at up to $3 million, proving that even a simple copper-colored coin that most people don't even bother picking up off the ground can actually hold unimaginable fortune. And if you are watching right now, then you are in exactly the right place, because what you are about to learn may inspire you to check every single penny you come across, whether it is lying in your drawer, sitting inside a change jar, hidden in old coin rolls from the bank, or resting unnoticed at the bottom of your pocket, because you truly never know which coin could be the key to turning your future around. And this incredible 1980 penny story is a perfect reminder that real treasure hunting is still alive today and waiting for someone with patience, curiosity, and sharp observation to uncover something extraordinary. The reason the 1981-cent coin has soared to such a mind-blowing value is not because it is old or made of precious material, but because certain examples contain extremely rare minting errors and mechanical mistakes that slipped past the high-speed manufacturing process at the United States Mint and were unknowingly released into everyday circulation. And when coin collectors discover examples of coins that contain dramatic, visually obvious, or technically rare errors, the value of those coins skyrockets, because each one becomes a one-of-a-kind collectible that can never be recreated or replaced. And in the world of rare coins, rarity equals money, especially when collectors and investors begin competing to own something remarkably unique. Now let's explore what makes the rare 1980 penny so incredibly valuable, beginning with one of the most famous and desired errors, the double die obverse error, which occurs when the metal die used to strike the coin shifts slightly between impressions, causing the lettering and numbers to appear doubled, shadowed, or split, especially noticeable on the date 1980 and the words Liberty and In God We Trust. And this type of doubling is extremely prized because it is visually striking and easy to identify, and experts say that dramatic doubling on older coins, like the 1980 penny, can raise the price from a few dollars to hundreds of thousands, and even millions when combined with additional unique flaws, especially if the doubling is bold and easily visible without magnification. Another powerful reason some 1980 pennies are worth unbelievable amounts is the off-center strike error, where the coin was not positioned correctly when struck by the die, causing part of the design to shift noticeably to one side and leaving portions of the coin blank. And when this misalignment is extreme, particularly around 50 to 70% off-center, while still keeping the date fully readable, collectors pay enormous sums of money, because such coins are incredibly rare and visually dramatic, and examples like these have already sold for tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars. So when additional errors appear on the same coin, such as doubling or metal deformation, the value can reach the multi-million range, which explains why the rarest 1980 penny example could demand up to $3 million in a competitive auction. Another error that has fascinated collectors is the wrong planchet strike, which occurs when a coin is mistakenly struck on metal intended for another denomination, such as a dime or foreign coin planchet, resulting in a smaller, thinner, or lighter penny. And these coins often appear incomplete around the edges because the design does not fully fit on the wrong metal disc. And wrong planchet errors are incredibly rare and in high demand because they represent a massive minting failure, and modern collectors will pay astronomical prices for them, especially when verified by grading companies. Additionally, some 1980 pennies have been found with dramatic die cracks or die breaks, where high pressure and repeated striking cause cracks in the die that appear as raised lines or thick metal blobs on the coin surface, creating unusual visual patterns that collectors love, and some even look like lightning bolts, spiderwebs, or lines running through Lincoln's portrait or across the reverse memorial building design. And the more dramatic and eye-catching these cracks are, the higher the price climbs, with exceptional examples being valued at huge amounts due to uniqueness and artistic appearance. Another fascinating category of errors found on some rare 1980 pennies is missing details or weak strike errors, where parts of Lincoln's face such as the ear or eye appear faint or missing, or where portions of the memorial building on the back appear incomplete. And while these may seem subtle, they are extremely valuable when paired with other major striking errors, especially because they indicate mechanical failure during minting. Of course, another exciting rumor among professional collectors is the possibility that certain 1980 pennies were accidentally struck using proof dies or polished dies intended for collector sets, giving the coin a mirror-like shiny finish that normally should never appear on regular circulation coins. And if such a coin also contains additional errors, like doubling or off-center strike, it becomes incredibly rare and potentially worth millions, which has created major excitement and speculation among coin experts, who believe such coins may still be undiscovered today. The incredible value placed on these rare 1980 pennies is largely due to the fact that dramatic mint errors from earlier decades are far more uncommon than many people realize, because minting equipment improves significantly over time, meaning older dramatic errors are unlikely to ever occur again, and scarcity combined with collector passion results in skyrocketing demand, driving auction prices into the millions. Imagine the possibility that someone today might find a multi-million $1,980 penny inside a random coin jar, in pocket change from a store, inside a dusty piggy bank, or inside a roll of pennies bought from a bank, completely unaware that they are holding a rare piece of history worth more than luxury cars, a beautiful house, college education, or a lifetime of financial security. And that thought alone is enough to make every coin hunter feel the rush of excitement and inspiration, knowing treasure could be hiding anywhere. So if you ever see a 1980 penny, don't ignore it, and don't spend it without checking. Instead, take time to examine the date closely, inspect the edges carefully for blank areas indicating an off-center strike, study the lettering and numbers for doubling effects or shadow-like overlaps, check the weight and size to see if it might be a wrong planchet error, observe Lincoln's portrait and the reverse design for cracks, extra metal, missing details, or striking defects, because even a small, unusual detail could transform a regular penny into a priceless discovery. Stories like this remind us that life always has unexpected surprises waiting for those who search with patience, and the 1980 penny worth up to $3 million is living proof that hidden treasures still exist in everyday places, waiting for the right hands to find them. And who knows, maybe the next millionaire is someone watching this video right now holding a coin they never thought twice about. And that is exactly why you should always check your change, keep learning, stay curious, and never underestimate the power of a single penny, because one extraordinary coin could change everything. Last 1978 1-cent USA coin. Everyone, and get ready for another exciting and mind-blowing adventure into the world of rare coins and unbelievable hidden treasures where something as tiny and ordinary as a penny that most people ignore, drop, or throw into a drawer without a second thought can actually be worth life-changing money. And today's extraordinary story is all about the 1978 United States 1-cent coin, a coin that appears completely normal on the surface yet has stunned collectors around the world because certain rare error versions of this penny have been valued at up to $2 million due to shocking minting mistakes that accidentally made them some of the rarest coins in modern history. And what you are about to hear may inspire you to start examining every penny you come across, because the next time you reach into your pocket, open your wallet, search your coin jar, or buy a roll of coins from the bank, you might unknowingly be holding a fortune. The reason this 1978 penny has become the focus of so much excitement and obsession among coin hunters is the collection of dramatic and rare minting errors discovered on a small number of examples, and these errors are so unusual and unlikely to ever happen again that collectors are willing to pay massive amounts of money to own them, especially because each error coin is completely unique, meaning no two are exactly alike, and in the world of numismatics, rarity equals value, and uniqueness equals power that can turn a penny worth 1 cent into a multi-million-dollar collectible. One of the most famous errors associated with this 1978 penny is the double die obverse error, a striking and visually dramatic flaw that happens when the metal die used to stamp the coin shifts slightly between strikes, causing doubled, shadowed, or overlapping lines around the letters and numbers, especially noticeable on the date 1978, the word liberty, and the phrase "In God We Trust." And when this doubling is bold and clear enough to be easily seen without special equipment, collectors go crazy for it because bold doubling on coins from the 1970s is extremely scarce, and strong double die pennies have already sold for enormous sums, especially when found in high-grade condition. Another extremely valuable error that pushes some 1978 pennies into the million-dollar range is the off-center strike, which occurs when the coin is not aligned correctly inside the machine and the design strikes off balance, leaving a large portion of blank smooth metal on the side and shifting Lincoln's portrait to the edge. And when this off-center strike is dramatic, particularly 50% or more, while still keeping the date completely visible, collectors pay huge money for it because visually dramatic errors are prized like artwork. And if an off-center strike coin also contains doubling or other unusual features, its value multiplies rapidly, helping explain how one rare 1978 penny could reach an estimated value of $2 million at auction. Another extremely rare and fascinating error connected to the 1978 penny is the wrong planchet error, where the penny was accidentally struck on a coin blank meant for another denomination such as a dime or a foreign coin blank, making the penny appear smaller, lighter, thinner, or incomplete around the edges. And wrong planchet coins are extremely rare because modern minting is tightly controlled, meaning when these accidents happen they are considered extraordinary events, and collectors will pay astronomical prices for them, especially when confirmed by professional grading companies. Die crack and die break errors are also highly valuable on the 1978 penny, and these occur when the metal die becomes damaged from repeated striking and cracks, causing raised lines or extra blobs of metal to appear across the coin, sometimes running dramatically across Lincoln's face or head, sometimes across the word liberty or "In God We Trust," and sometimes forming powerful shapes on the reverse around the Lincoln Memorial design. And coin collectors love these natural imperfections because they transform each coin into a uniquely shaped historical artifact, and the more dramatic and noticeable the cracks, the more money collectors are willing to spend. Another exciting error that can add massive value is the broad strike error, which occurs when the coin is struck without the protective collar that holds the coin in place, causing the outer rim to spread wider and flatter than normal, giving the coin a stretched appearance. And broad strikes with clear readable dates are extremely collectible and can reach extremely high prices when combined with doubling, off-center striking, or wrong planchet mistakes. Some 1978 pennies have even been found with partial collar errors where only part of the rim expands or collapses, creating an uneven edge that is immediately noticeable and highly desirable because it proves a mechanical failure occurred during minting. Missing design detail errors also appear on some rare 1978 pennies, including faint, disappearing, or incomplete areas such as Lincoln's ear being missing, parts of his eye fading, weak or missing stripes inside the Lincoln Memorial Building, or missing details of the tiny statue of Lincoln visible inside the memorial columns on the reverse side. And although these may seem small, collectors pay huge amounts for dramatic examples, especially when they occur in combination with other mint mistakes. There are also rumors among advanced collectors of 1978 pennies accidentally struck using proof dies or polished dies intended for collector sets, creating a mirror-like reflection, but somehow released into regular circulation. And discovering one of these combined with a doubling or strike error could easily push the value into the million-plus range, because proof die circulation errors are among the rarest mistakes a coin can have. The timing of this coin's production also makes it highly desirable because the late 1970s marked a challenging period in minting technology when equipment improvements and high-speed production created opportunities for dramatic errors to slip through unnoticed. And because these errors were accidental and unrepeatable, they are historically important and incredibly scarce today, which only increases demand among collectors who want a piece of minting history. Imagine someone today digging through a childhood piggy bank, sorting coins in a jar, searching through pocket change, or opening a rolled batch of pennies from the bank and suddenly spotting something unusual such as bold doubled lettering, a dramatic off-center strike, a stretched broad strike rim, a weirdly thin or small coin, or raised cracked lines that look like lightning across the surface, and imagine realizing that the coin in your hand, a simple penny, a coin worth 1 cent, is actually one of the rarest error coins ever discovered and could sell for $2 million, enough to buy a dream home, pay for education, start a business, or completely change a family's future. And that possibility is what makes coin collecting thrilling and addictive, because treasure truly can be hiding inside everyday things. So if you ever come across a 1978 penny, do not rush to spend it or throw it into a jar, but instead examine it carefully, rotate it slowly under light to check for doubling around the date and letters, inspect the edges for blank sections that indicate an off-center or broad strike error, look closely at Lincoln's portrait for missing details or unusual metal bumps that indicate die breaks. Weigh the coin if possible to see whether it might be a wrong planchet error, and if anything looks strange or unusual at all, place the coin in a safe holder and have it evaluated professionally, because even the smallest mistake could be the key to unlocking a fortune. The story of the 1978 penny worth up to $2 million proves that real treasure still exists, not buried in the ocean or hidden in ancient ruins, but sitting quietly inside everyday change, waiting for the right person to discover it. And maybe, just maybe, that person is you, watching this right now. And the next multimillionaire could be the one who takes this lesson to heart and starts looking closely at every coin that passes through their hands, because the power of a single penny should never be underestimated.